Can you see the cat? Hello everyone, welcome back. It's now Wednesday and the sun has come out at last. It's been kind of very changeable weather, hasn't it, Socky? And we're almost at the weekend and Levensian Pride and Jeremy's dashing about doing all of that stuff. I look a bit red, I've just had a shower. I hope everyone's well. We've been digging through the archives the last couple of days. I've been boxing up all kinds of letters and papers and putting them in the correct places. All my folders and things were so messy. I had everything jumbled up, drawings and bits of writing and official letters and letters from friends and cards, and they were in folders and they're all quite nice to go through, but actually I just need a bit more order. And in recent months, I've boxed away all my journals, apart from the last 10 years, leaving those loose. But previous to that, they're all in boxes and labelled with years, kind of shoebox-sized things. And they're really pleasing. I like having that kind of order, because of course journals are things I go back to. I need to know where things are. I go back because I know I need details that I wrote down, because I probably said before, I novelize my life. I write down almost everything that happens and things I think about and plans I have and ideas I have. They are a gigantic kind of dream catcher. And so I've been doing the same thing with letters and papers that need keeping. I realize it's important. I've got all kinds of letters from people I've worked with and talked to and had dealings with over the years. And just this morning, finding new things tucked away. Here's some typed poems by W.G. Sebald with a little note, post-it note stuck to it saying, "Will these do for the magazine?" And letters and postcards from Lorna Sage in Florence towards the end of her life. And yesterday, and I posted this online, my postcard from Anne Tyler back in the year 2001 when she'd read my novel Modern Love that I'd sent her. Just things like that, which are completely irreplaceable. And these things slip through the cracks and end up in the wrong piles and can be junked and lost forever. And so I'm making a real effort to box them away properly. Things I thought I'd lost turned up yesterday, like a letter I've got from the brilliant Jean Marsh, the actress who died earlier this year, and she was in one of my Doctor Who audios. And I think somebody from a production company contacted her to send her a copy of Never the Bride, my novel about the Bride of Frankenstein, probably with a view to getting her support to, I don't know, do something with it. I can't remember, but the letter that she wrote was forwarded to me, and she'd read Never the Bride and wrote such a lovely letter about it. And she was clever. She detected touches of Angela Carter about it, which of course was true. And that letter had gone missing somewhere in my folders, and I found it. I found it yesterday. So it's something that I've got to look after. It's really important to, especially as people disappear and go off on their, what does Katie call it? Their incredibly something adventure. It's a line from Peter Pan. Yeah, as people disappear off the face of the planet, it's important to keep these letters, these bits of stuff that they've sent you, these fragments of memories. And that's what I'm finding I'm doing. You become a kind of custodian of papers, of stuff. I watched 2 documentaries last night about just this whole topic. There's a fantastic documentary called Recorded about, I forget her name. That's terrible. Miriam, I think. She was a woman in America who recorded 35 years worth of the news on VHS tapes because she was concerned that the people in charge of things like the news would rewrite things after they happened, and the 24-hour rolling news was a chance to look at the making of news, the making of history as it was going along. Marion Stokes, she was called, and the documentary's called Recorder, and it's all about the preservation of the tapes that she left behind, 70,000 video cassettes of news, preserving that whole kind of 1977 till 2012 period. And then I rewatched a documentary called The Booksellers, about New York booksellers, made in about 2018-19, I think, interviewing people dealing in antiquarian books and ephemera in New York. And that fascinates me. And that really is about rare and ridiculous bits of paper that can never be got again, that exist fleetingly. Well, that exist forever if you look after them, but needn't. They exist not fleetingly, they exist in a kind of endangered way. That sounds overly sentimental, I know, but it's on these bits and pieces that the kind of history of literature is kind of written, I suppose. That's what it is, isn't it? Oh, you can't see Socks anymore. He's settled down there. Look, Socks. Look, if you just lift up a bit, people will see you. Why don't you sit on my lap? You'll get annoyed now. Anyway, there were two great documentaries last night, and they just fitted my mood for archiving all my own stuff, or stuff that I've got that other people gave me, these postcards and invitations and notes and things. Other categories of things that need filing away are photos, and they need editing. I've got loads of rubbish photos and photos of people I'm not bothered about anymore. Why would you want loads of photos of people that aggravate you, eh? And what else? Drawings and drafts of things. I have actually chucked out lots of manuscript, lots of handwritten stuff and first drafts and printouts. I have thrown out over the years. Maybe that's good, maybe it's bad. It's made a bit of room, but not much. Because that's the important thing. One of the important things is living amongst this stuff and having all these boxes. I have to crunch it down somehow to the essentials. It's weird. To actually make art, to make writing happen, you have to spread out and be able to not be too tight and enclosed. But that makes a lot of paper. And one of the problems, of course, is that a lot of things go on online or in computers. And as people were saying on this documentary last night, drafts will just be lost. The actual working out of stuff all goes on inside machines and we don't see it anymore. And I have noticed in my own collection, the letters and postcards become print-offs of emails and faxes, and then they become nothing at all. There's no kind of paper trail at all. After a certain number of years, I'd have to go and find them. And that's a real shame. It's a real shame when you look back at the actual papery stuff that you've got from earlier. Anyway, those are my rambling thoughts about archive stuff today. My own personal archive. Okay, that's Jeremy calling. He's just back in. We're going to have some lunch, and maybe the Socks needs feeding as well. I'll be back soon to talk about reading, because I've begun my August books. I finished the Liam Livings with great enjoyment, and so I could tell him how much I'd enjoyed that. And I moved on to the first book from my mystery book bag, which is Douglas Kennedy, 5 Days, which I'm halfway through. I'm on the 2.5 day, and I'm really enjoying it. So, doing okay so far for August. Okay, say goodbye, Socks. Say goodbye to everyone, and we'll see you again quite soon. Thank you for watching our 20-minute reading video and my 20-minute writing video. they were kind of an experiment to produce maybe usable videos that you can put on when you need some quiet. But mostly we'll be chatting on, won't we, Socks, in future videos. So, see you again soon. Bye-bye.